This is where a lot of people will have difficulties. Rectangular prisms are weird because you really have to look at them and walk around the image. Okay. Now, the first thing I would do is when I'm looking at something like this, you can color the sides, which would take some time, or you can just look at it and imagine what's going on. In this case, this side's 25 by 10 by 25 by 10. Okay. I'm looking around the outside of this thing. Now, we have note cards. I have told everyone you can turn the prism that you're seeing to match what's on your note card. It makes it easy, right? But remember, we have a formula for our tube and our base, okay? And this is salsa plus Tabasco. But for right now, I'm just going to call it tube and base because it makes sense to me. I'm going to do the tube part, which is a walk around the perimeter of the outside of this thing, which essentially would be 10 plus 25 plus 10 plus 25. And then it's going to go the length multiplied by the length of the tube. In this case, it'd be 31, okay? Then I look at the base. If I just look at the base, I'm going to erase some of my numbers. So it's just 10 by 25. So it's 10, right, by 25. But I have two bases. I have the top and the bottom. So this has to be multiplied by 2, okay? And then you get your answer for this one, and you just add them, okay? Your answer for your tube, and obviously you know how to use a calculator, so I'm not going to do this for you, but 2 plus base, you should get that number, 2,670. Hardest part's looking at this, make sure you're doing it correctly. As far as like, what are you labeling? Let's look at this guy. This is 29. This must be 21. This must be 29. Okay. Walk around. See, look at my arrow. I walk around the outside to make my my perimeter. Okay. So this one, of course, would be 21 plus 29 plus 21 plus 29. And then the length of it is 35 times 35. And then if you want, you can erase this so you can see what you're doing for the next bout. What's the end of the square? At the end of the square would be 21 times 29. So 21 times 29, but you have two ends, so you have to multiply it by 2. Calculate this one, calculate this, add it together, and you will get your answer. In this case, it'll be 4,718. This is where some people get a little confused. It's just labeled on the bottom. So if you're confused, label at the top, 19, 28, 19, 28. Walk around the outside, okay? So I'm going to erase this so I can see what I'm doing. So if you walk around the outside of this guy, it is simply 19 plus 28 plus 19 plus 28 times the length of the tube. In this case, it'd be 39. And then what's my square? 28 times 19, but I have 2 of them. So I multiply it by 2. Okay? So you can look at the answers thing. I don't want to belabor this because some of you guys are getting this, no problem. Some of you guys are still having difficulties. I think it's just a perspective thing. If I look at this one, my perspective for this was I make the tube the longer part. I would use this, obviously, for the one of the bases. This one, see how it's down here? This screws people up, but you can usually put 24 here, 38 here, 24 here. I would relabel these. 12, 26, this would be 26, this is 12. Relabel the ends to make them fit you, right? This is on the bottom. We'll move it to the top. 34, 20, 34, 20. 11, 24, put this 24, make this 11. Same thing here. 30, 31, well, this must be 31, and this must be 30. So then you get your ends labeled, and this, of course, would be the length of your tube. Hopefully that makes sense. You can look at these answers and check what's going on, see what you missed. But rework them.